I just wanted to say hello. I don't know everybody in this room, so I wanted an opportunity to introduce myself to you. You know, Doug and I have very similar backgrounds in that we were both in the military, but what I think sets us apart is that I spent a lot of my time also in the community with community service. And what that allows you to do is to know your community. As a young airman, I marched on these streets carrying the Air Force flag during parades for Veterans Day and things like that, and on an inter-service team, as the only female carrying that Air Force flag. There's a lot of pride associated with that. I also did Special Olympics as a young airman here, and I came back and lived right off here on Gulf Beach Highway during advanced training. And during that time, I was also involved with what they call Saturday Scholars, where we would go into the schools and help students and mentor them. But you know, when I came back here as an instructor, I served also as a guardian ad litem. And when you do something like that, you really get to know the children in the community and what their needs are. Those children were abused or neglected. And you know, you come back here again, and now you're an adult, your child's in the schools, and you become a PTO president, and you get to understand what is being done in your schools. I also served with Jim Miller's office and learned about veterans issues as I helped tackle getting an honor flight off the ground and flew on the first 2 flights to Washington, D.C. with them. You know, and I've worked Relay for Life, I've worked breast cancer issues. I am a member of the Crew de Yayas, and we do raise money year-round for women who are suffering with breast cancer. I wear this pink watch this month, but I fight for those women and year-round doing that. So I just wanted to let you know about a few of the things that I do in the community, and I think that will help serve me well as a county commissioner to understand the needs of the community here. Thank you.
Again, thank you very much for all of you coming out. Deb is correct, I do have a military background as well. I did my first 11 years as an enlisted man until I made the decision to shift over to the dark side, as they say. Wendy will be a little embarrassed of, but it was Wendy who said it is more than time now. I had been serving as an enlisted man as an Arabic linguist, and had throughout my career been told, you know, you've got a college education, why aren't you an officer? And I kept telling them, I haven't learned enough yet. I don't have enough experience in leadership to become an officer. And so I kept putting it off until I just really couldn't put it off any longer. And when I got down to officer candidate school, only then did I really find out why the Navy has ensigns. It's kind of like an officer, but you don't have enough power to actually break anything. What I learned from that is that how we lead has everything to do with just a progressive and ideally progressive jobs of greater difficulty, of greater responsibility, and greater authority. Because if you're tossed in too quickly into a position of authority for which you are not yet ready, the consequences for those who follow you can be very high. The naval officer's prayer begins with, "Lord, let no man suffer by my leadership." And that prayer is critical to the way that I think, the way that I lead. We moved here in 2002. I'd had a couple of quick bites at the apple as I came through training here for aircrew school and then for officer candidate school. But PCS'd here in 2002, thinking that I was going to be going back to Afghanistan right after the attacks. But the Navy sent me here and said, "Doug, we want you to stay and figure out this new thing called cyber." And of course, as an ensign, I'm excited. I went, "Okay, yeah, great. What do you want me to do?" "We want you to figure out this new thing called cyber." "Okay, cool. What is it?" Figure it out. I had the pleasure of having some phenomenal sailors working for me, and we did right here on Corey Station much of the work that led to what is now Cyber Command, and we continue to be at the cutting edge of that cyber technology right here in Escambia County, right here in District 2. But when you think of Warrenton, you don't think of that, do you? That's not what you think. You don't think of Warrington and think of exceptionalism, and yet Warrington is home to the Blue Angels, and it's home to some of the best cyber warriors that the country knows and produces. We need to change the way we think about leadership here. We need to understand that we are in fact exceptional. We have got all of the raw ingredients for exceptionalism, but we've had for far too long, a circular firing squad in which we all turn and shoot in. Okay? If we all put our backs to one another and we all shoot out, we develop a much better Perdido Key, a much better District 2, and with it a much better Escambia County, and that is why I am running to be your next county commissioner.